The Xbox tax is real. Fanboys are out of control, and there's some proof here to back it up. So the Xbox tax has always been a topic of discussion, always been something interesting. And this came up, forget when it was, maybe a couple of years ago. I've talked about it on my channel, and I've always been of the opinion that is it there, is it not there? It's kind of hard to know, but deep down inside of me, the naive content creator that I am, that I came into this space, was that people just love video games. There really is not an Xbox tax. People love what they love, and then they look at anything that is dissenting from what they love as some sort of negativity towards what they love, and they take it as a personal attack, and then they call it some sort of tax or an Xbox tax or whatever platform negativity. And it really isn't real. People are just being honest, and their opinions are just sometimes not always in agreement to what you like and what you like to play. That was my initial thought here for a while, still never going back and thinking about it. But the recent events that have occurred since the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price did increase has really made me rethink just how insane negative Xbox news is in terms of how good it is for getting views, getting paid, getting ads, getting the ad revenue for all the clicks that you get on your content. Meaning that, yeah, there probably is somewhat of an Xbox tax where a lot of people hate on something that they don't use, they don't care about, but they know it brings them all of the attention, so they're going to do it, which makes the negativity side of Xbox explode into something that it probably isn't nearly as crazily bad as people make it out to be, or as many people think that the entire world hates what they are doing. Now, to be fair, Xbox steps on a ton of rakes. Raising the Game Pass price to $30 is an anti-consumer move. There's no way to cut it one way or another. It's obviously these suits greed. They need to make more money. The line needs to always go up. I don't think this means that Xbox is in trouble or dying or that it's going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, it's probably doing pretty good overall. But it is a publicly traded company. They have shareholders. The line always needs to go up. They need to make more money. And they have probably these mandates that come into place. They have to find ways to do that. So raising Game Pass right now by Ultimate by $10 is an anti-consumer move for corporate greed. So that's a rake. Xbox steps on rakes all the time, but so do other companies. So do many other people within video games. But it does always seem like when you attach the Xbox brand name to a negative move, everything explodes in terms of engagement and viewership. And I've been noticing a lot during these last couple of weeks, more so than before. You even have major YouTubers whose views on their videos that are negative towards Xbox, more than views that they generally get on their big videos, and then they double and triple down making multiple videos on that topic. They also spread information that just isn't true, probably don't care about the ecosystem, probably don't care about the brand, but it brings them the views and they're going to continue to double down on it. But we have a little bit of proof here about the Xbox tax. We have on X here some investigation on whether there really is an Xbox tax and showing how the engagement does absolutely explode when you attach the Xbox brand name to something, especially in a negative night. And even my trolling on X, I've been kind of testing now the last couple of weeks, especially with the ROG Xbox stuff, calling it an Xbox. The comments are literally just riddled with negativity. Some of them just seem like it's just bots, not Xbots, but just regular bots in the comments, just saying some of the general console war things. But we have this here. We have Jacob Turkelson, who on X is a former Xbox and PlayStation hardware dev. I've seen him go at debunking a lot of these stupid fanboy narratives many times on this site, but this is just kind of the icing on top of the cake when it does come, I think, to the Xbox tax and the negativity and everything. He puts this up. I proved the Xbox tax is real, and I didn't even use an Xbox. Yesterday was a red letter day for me on X. 1.5 million plus impressions. Now, he's not that big of an account. He has 2,164 followers, so 1.5 million plus impressions is massive for an account of that size. 4 times the engagement, 2 times more the reposts, and 2.5 times the likes. And he says it was all over a lie. Let me explain. He shows his statistics here, backs it up, gives a screenshot, not making this up unless he did some crazy photoshopping, which I completely doubt. Shows it there, 1.8 million impressions actually, so more than that 1.5. And he says, with the Xbox Ally reveal, the internet exploded. It's not a real Xbox. It's 1,000 for a handheld scam. You should see the comments on some of my tweets that I put out. And I'm doing that specifically to kind of just troll this debate because I think the debate is absurd. But he says, but here's the thing. I wasn't even showing you the Xbox Ally at all. He shows some posts here of people taking screenshots of some of the stuff and all of that. He says, everything I posted was gameplay from a 2023 ROG Ally, older silicon, similar performance, same OS. I believe it's the Z1 Extreme in that one, but no one cared until the word Xbox got attached to it. Once the label appeared, engagement went nuclear. Suddenly, everyone had to pick a side. The debate wasn't about hardware anymore. It was about identity. You have this post here. You have Perderock77 quote tweeting Tom Warren, because Tom Warren has been talking about the Xbox Ally devices and the Ally X and stuff in his review. He didn't give it a great review, but I don't know if Tom Warren specifically has an Xbox X, because he's said some positive things as well. But Xbox, that one's difficult. But I do think the engagement does give journalists and give people incentives to be negative towards Xbox by any means necessary. He says, that's the real story. The Xbox hacks is real. The same Z2E chip with a different logo gets treated completely differently. Look at the Lenovo Legion Go 2, better specs, $300 more. No one even notices. And that's one thing that I have been seeing. The engagement on the Lenovo Legion Go 2, which it is a pretty exciting product. If you like handhelds, it is a pretty exciting product what they're offering. It just seems like the attention for that product is nowhere near the ROG Xbox Ally devices, and it is probably because of the Xbox brand name, but a lot of it probably is because of this whole debate and the negativity that does surround Xbox. He says the Xbox Ally was doomed the moment it carried the Xbox name, not because it's bad tech, but because people decided that it had to before they even saw it. He says that's not the analysis, that's bias. Everything from VG Fight School and Doc Dark, shout out Doc Dark 1985, and many others have been saying for weeks played out just as predicted. You fanboys are what is wrong with gaming. So the reality is, showing off anything, putting Xbox attached to it, even if the content that you are spreading around is not real, you will get insane amounts of engagement. That's the point of all this. If you attach Xbox to a lot of stuff that you do put out, you get a lot of engagement in a negative light. You'll see tons of negative comments and everybody trying to be negative towards it. And I do believe a lot of it simply is just because it is like fanboy stuff, and it is because it is Xbox. Will you see this on the other side too? Yes, but will it be the same amount of engagement? Probably not. The Xbox Ally X and the Xbox Ally, I haven't seen so many people triggered because of a device that has been put out there that nobody actually needs to go out and buy if they don't want it, but simply because it has an Xbox. So you probably would have barely anybody talking about this device if it was just another Asus ROG handheld. If it didn't have the Xbox branding or the Xbox button on it, it would be the same tech, play games the same way, give you the Xbox full screen experience. But if it did not have the Xbox name in the title, you would probably not see nearly as much of it as all. And if you're Xbox, honestly, what they do say that any press is good press, even if it is bad, minus the stepping on the rakes. For I think a lot of people who are looking into the device, they're going to look past all of the stupid fanboy narratives and see how awesome of a device this actually is. The biggest thing against it is obviously the price, the $1,000, but it is getting way more people actually talking about it and talking about an Xbox handle and talking about Xbox hardware more than we've ever recently in the past. Like this campaign with this is an Xbox. I know a lot of people like to shit on that and think it's confusing and it doesn't work. I actually think this is an Xbox marketing campaign has done more for people talking about Xbox and getting the name and brand into people's minds than it has ever before, because it has created so much controversy around it. And the reality is most gamers don't care where they play their games. If their games are accessible on Xbox, they'll go and play it there. If their Xbox game is accessible on PlayStation and they have both, they'll play it wherever they do want to end up playing it. The vocal minority on Twitter, which is a bubble, makes everything much bigger than it is. But some of the narratives we have been seeing, some of the people that obviously don't use the Xbox ecosystem at all care so much about Xbox over the last 2 weeks simply because of the negativity and simply because it gets them views, clicks, and all of that stuff. And it's unfortunate because it is a very, very good ecosystem that I don't think enough people actually talk about in the ways that it has advanced gaming. Getting games and buying it once and playing it anywhere is one of the best things that nobody else right now is doing. Nintendo's not doing it, PlayStation's not doing it. Obviously, PC and Steam, they're not doing it. If you buy a game on Steam, you want to buy it on console, you're going to have to buy it again. But Xbox is giving us to that future where you buy it once and you're going to play it on all of these different devices. And apparently Xbox is dead. So that is just kind of my rant. You can see here, I could probably pull up my stats too and show if I tweet anything that is Xbox related, the engagement, the negative engagement, I would say more so than anything, especially if you go through the comments and like the retweets and the quotes, skyrockets through the roof. But on the video there, if you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. Let me know if you think there is an Xbox tax. You may still think there is none of this and that it's just Xbox stepping on rakes and they deserve everything that they do get. Let me know all those stuff and I'll catch you guys in the next video.